Yeah, we gonna do this tonight. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Let's do that.
I don't want to sit too hard.
That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel Dippy.
Because there was no Jay White site.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay that attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is the CEO of, Chris?
Jesus, golly.
Let's start the show.
What is going on, guys? It's AEW Review Show, and you know what that means. I am hosting tonight. I'm in the driver's seat. Venomous Vince is in the building alongside as the dangerous, the bang bang Cactus Caitie. What's going on, Cactus Caitie?
Hi, Vinny. How are you?
I'm doing great. I feel like tonight's going to be a good show. Dan will probably be with us here in a bit. He had some important business to take care of. But what a show tonight. Actually, it was not a bad show tonight. I really, really enjoyed it. But I do want to get into it. Do you want to do a quick recap of Double or Nothing, or do you want to get right into Dynamite?
No, I think we should do a recap.
All right. Well, let's recap. We're getting off the heels of Double or Nothing 2024. This one was in the books. This one was very lively. I got to tell you, I think my favorite part, and I think this is probably the stupidest thing. I think my favorite part was when the ring announcer said, "This is a shit show."
No, he said, "Welcome to the show."
Oh, that's right. Sorry, excuse me. He said, "Welcome to the shit show." My bad. He did. He said, "Welcome to the shit show." And I would love to know why he said that. I mean, I know it was a crazy event, but he should have said that after the match he announced, because that match was crazy. And I'm talking about. Go ahead. You watched it with me. Go ahead. I'll let you recap. I can't even say it. Anarchy in the arena match.
Yes, and I think that was the main event, correct?
Yes, we're gonna go backwards.
Okay. Yes, no, it was an all-over match. We had we had Gregory's there as well, our two loyalists.
What's up, Gregory?
Yes. But no, this was an all-over match. It was crazy. There was action, there was movement, there was fire, there was crashes, there was everything you can think of.
Drowning. Don't forget drowning.
Yeah, hanging by their feet. All this was in that main event.
Yeah, there was a hanging by your feet. I thought they were gonna do like a human piñata.
I mean, they kind of did. Yeah,
they did. They did. I'm
so
gonna say
Darby Allin was hanging by his feet. Perry was lit on fire, and it was just a crazy event. And the Elite ended up winning, right?
The Elite ended up winning. I am going to say my favorite part of the night was probably, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, I really do think that the promo that MJF cut, and I'm going to listen, I'm going to agree with Mike Knox. Me and Caitie were on Mike Knox show on Monday. If you missed it, go back and watch it. I was floating around a pool with a Corona. Caitie was in a room. Caitie was in a room, a white room. But
for a while.
for
Then
a
I had
while.
to come and get help.
I am going to say that I think it was 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it did get off track a little bit, but I feel like at the end of the day, he hit some points. And we haven't seen this man in months. MJF, Maxwell Jacob, blah blah blah. Maxwell Jacob Freeman made his return to the ring Sunday night, and I was expecting a bigger pop than he got. Which was crazy to me because I really thought they were going to go nuts, but they didn't go as nuts as I thought it would be. And he was wearing this like throwback to Triple H when he made his return at the Garden, which was kind of cool.
And he has a now branded.
Oh, that's right. He has a branded tattoo.
Yes,
on
the back of
AEW.
his ankle.
So he is a lifer AEW.
Long time contract, they said.
Despite all the efforts that Triple H and the WWE were trying to get MJF, because there was a lot of talk between these guys. There was almost a signing, but it did come down to him signing with AEW again. But he I tell you what, man, he had some rough things to say. He said some things about Vince McMahon and New Japan and the locker room, and he started the promo with giving a hug to Adam Copeland, and that went down to the bottom of the babies as he went down to his knees, because there is no more hugging and kissing with these guys, because now he's going back to heel MJF, which I really do think that's where it belongs. It belongs to him as this heel, because he does such a great job. And you never know what he's going to say. A lot of cussing, a lot of dicks, a lot of balls. I don't know what he was talking about that night. I'm very surprised that Tony Khan allowed him to say all that stuff. I mean, it was pay-per-view, so people do pay for it, but it was.
I got to agree with Jeffrey, though, right here, real quick. He came out tan, buff, and ready to go.
Yeah, he did.
He is now my new favorite person to watch.
He did look really good. Let's talk about the unfortunate that happened, which is Adam Copeland, which we'll get to later on, hurting himself in the cage match between Aleister Black and the barbed wire match that he did. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I tell you what, that to me, that was the dumbest thing that I've ever seen Adam Copeland do. It wasn't even like he was landing the right way. Like, he just leaped off it like he had to get off it because there was fire on top of it. I don't even think he was planning it. He wasn't even thinking clearly. He just leaped off it, and he fell right on his foot. And I tell you what, it's gonna be a very very hard hit for AEW, because Adam Copeland was getting momentum going with the TNT Championship. And we will get into that later with the Dynamite review of what's going to happen now with the TNT Championship. So that match was pretty crazy. The return, I don't even know if it's a return, but a surprise appearance by Brood leader Gangrel coming out of the mat with blood spewing everywhere, which was really cool, because, you know, these guys used to be back in the Attitude Era, part of a group called the Brood, with also Christian. Oh, now Christian Cade, which I will get right into that match, as Christian Cade took on the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. What'd you think about this match, Caitie?
Swerve Strickland match or the Copeland match? Because you're just like, vroom.
Well, listen, I feel like
I get. But
go ahead.
So back to the Copeland match. I think it was really cool how, you know, it came down from the ceiling. They had barbed wire all over, like a child's playpen. I don't know what child would be allowed to play barbed wire, but and then, you know, he jumped to the top ring and just, you know, hurt himself, and he ended up breaking his tibia. So that's what's going to lead into tonight at Dynamite. But he still won the match with the broken tibia. So that was really shocking. It was a move that did not go as planned, is what they're saying. But going to the
it-
Strickland match, it was I don't even see. We're gonna go back to my matches. I wasn't ready for that one yet. But that one was with who did he fight? The guy with
Christian
the
Cade.
what?
Christian Cade.
Christian Cage. Yeah, that was a safe bet. He's, a strong heel. I like Strickland a lot. I'm super excited to see Nana come back. My son was dancing to that tonight. But no, I mean, it was a good match. So, I mean,
I think one that really, I mean, I knew it was going to happen because he's undefeated, but again, I'm kind of disappointed that this one happened. Roderick Strong taking on Will Ospreay for the international title. Will Ospreay is your new international, champion, but I don't agree with guys coming in and just winning the belts all of a sudden. To me, I feel like they should build these guys up, make them, because, you're bringing these guys in to win these titles. And the same thing with Mercedes Moné. You're bringing these people in to do this and, to win these titles, but I don't feel like they haven't shown nothing. What happens to all the people in the back that have been working their ass off for 2 years, 3 years, trying to get to that spot? And then you have people like Will Ospreay and Mercedes Moné just come in and take the belts. But what your take on Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay?
it was a setup for SummerSlam. No, I'm kidding. I know, it's a whole different
SummerSlam.
I know. I was seeing if you were actually paying attention or reading a match.
Of course I am.
Well, okay. No, I love Will Ospreay. I think he is a great opener for Double or Nothing. We're going to see him tonight a few times, which is awesome. Like Charmaine said earlier, we're very sad that we didn't get a match with MJF yet. But going back to Double or Nothing, Will's match was it was crazy. It was a great opener. And then it rolled right into the MJF entrance. So it was a good start to the show. Oh, whoever muted him.
Huh?
You were muted.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. That's why I started talking again.
Oh, well, both of us are muted then.
Okay, go on. Finish what you were saying then.
Oh, I was just saying it was a great opener. It led right into the MJF entrance, and we're going to see a lot of Will tonight.
Let's talk real quick about the Bang Bang Gang taking on Death Triangle. It's always good to see Pac in the ring. He does have a lot of problems with travel issues. I don't know if it's his visa. I don't know if they just don't like bringing him in the U.S. I don't know what it is. We saw him tonight, which we'll get to later on. And then I also like seeing Rey Fenix and El Celo Dinero. These guys always put on a great show. But your take on this match?
I like the Bang Bang Gang. I think it was another good one.
You sure do like the Bang Bang Gang.
Thanks for that.
Let's talk about the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm taking on Serena D. This match to me was a heartfelt match, and I think the crazy part about this match was at the end of the match that ended all with Toni Storm doing the power driver off the top rope, and then a secondary power driver on the mat, which was two big hits. But this one was a great match. Yeah,
I think Sabrina. Is that right? That's who she wrestled, right?
No, Serena D.
Serena. So she is coming back from not the greatest season. She also had those seizures, so she had some time off. She needed as much publicity as possible, and she was getting that with Toni Storm. And I think for Charmaine's question that it's going to probably be Mariah. That's going to be a huge match between Toni.
That or Britt Baker.
I think Britt Baker is going to go after Monet. and that's going to
You know
be
what?
their big competition.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but Toni Storm's got moves that you don't even know she can do, and
She has moves like Jagger.
Yeah, for sure, and she's constantly keeping us on our toes. So it was another
let's
good
talk
match.
about the best friends grudge match. Orange Cassidy taking on Trent Beretta. This one was a wild one. I'm very confused at the end of this match. Orange Cassidy pick up the victory. We see Trent Beretta walk out, and it seems like he's on the ends, or I'm sorry, on the outs of AEW. Now we're thinking, is he leaving? Is he's going to retire?
Orange Cassidy?
No. Trent Beretta.
Oh, well, we know what happens tonight. So
we know what happens tonight, but as we're watching a Double or Nothing, we're holding in the ballot of what's going on with Trent Beretta. Orange, and I'm disappointed in this. I'm gonna tell you why, because I really do think they could have had a better feud, a longer feud. And we'll get to that later on with AEW reviews of Dynamite.
It's hard to kind of go this many days out from an event and after a whole other show to think back. But I mean, I like Orange Cassidy. I said he was going to win from the beginning on Sunday. That was a great feud that ended ish on the mat on Sunday, and Orange Cassidy came out victors. But everybody said it was a great match.
It was a great match. One match that I did not care to see, and I'm not looking forward to anything that he's doing, is the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho defending his FTW for the world title against Hook and Shibata. This one I could have went without. I mean, there were some cool moments in the match, and there was a lot of back and forth going on with all three guys. But
this was my bathroom break. This was my bathroom break.
This is your bathroom break. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't care. No, I mean, I watched it, but Chris Jericho is just constantly, he's like that gnat that just doesn't go away. You just want to flick him off.
A couple notes. I guess Big Bill, I guess he is announcing Chris Jericho now. I guess he's his ring announcer. I don't know what's going on there. Hook and Shibata, no selling the kendo sticks was a funny moment. I don't know why these guys do something and not sell it. The way Big Bill went through the table caused a supporting leg to go through the wood. So I don't know if Big Bill was okay with that. It seemed like it hurt more than it should have, or it looked like it hurt more than we think it did. But again, I could, this is your bathroom break. I could have went without this. Let's get into Jon Moxley taking on Kushida.
I love Jon Moxley. I think he's a great character. And that was just a gruesome match. I mean, I feel like any match with Jon Moxley is going to be gruesome, but that one isn't it the one he was still hurt? He came wrapped up. His shoulder was still wrapped. You see it again, still wrapped tonight. But go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
And so he's just a really strong guy. So it's going to take a lot to bring him down. And this was an eliminator match, and so it was an important match. Don't get us wrong. But it wasn't a title match because this is for the New Japan title.
IWGP.
Yeah, so it wasn't a AEW title, but it was still an important match, and it gave a lot of steam to the night. So,
and we talk about this a lot. There is way too many titles in AEW between New Japan and AEW, and I feel like this promotion is title driven, which to me, if you're a good wrestler, you don't need a title. You just need to know how to fight.
And that's how we felt about Will Ospreay.
Yes, and Will Ospreay knows how to go. Let's talk. Let's talk about some side notes in this match. Don Callis was all over the place in this pay-per-view, and he was not on commentary.
No.
Moxley left arm was heavily bandaged, and he did a good job selling it in the match. There was a moment where Kushida was kicking a chair that around Moxley's arm, but he clearly was not set up. So it looked like he looked like he didn't sell it. So here's the problem. Here's another problem I have with these guys being injured and pretending they're injured in the ring. When you're in the middle of something, and you're trying to focus on the match and make sure the match is good, you sometimes tend to forget that you have things that you're trying to sell. And I think that's what happens half the time when you see, like, just for instance, I was just saying that the kendo sticks, they're no selling the kendo sticks. They're so caught up in the moment, they just forget what's going on in the match. No, don't start that. Don't you start that, Caitie. We have a long way to go here.
I know. It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. It has been a long week. I do want to go back because I did have some notes that I just found that I want to talk about for the Copeland match.
I was gonna say, you're reading script, and I'm trying to do all this from the top of my head. So,
well, no, I mean, I have my notes. Copeland came out into a Slayer song instead of using his entrance music. So he came out with the Brood. I think I'm hoping that they're going to bring the Brood back and eventually try to bring Christian in to make it an old school Attitude Era Brood. Copeland cut Black open with some barbed wire. Then it was
gruesome. It was
the first 2 minutes. First 2 minutes he was cut up.
Oh, yeah. And they wanted to do that on purpose. Like that was part of the whole setup. So.
The ropes and the mat were so bloody. It was crazy. I'd be very surprised because I did not see the transition. I'd be very surprised if they didn't change the mat and the ropes at the same time.
Oh, everything had to be. Yeah, everything was disgusting.
Niall McGuinness, if you're not familiar with him, used to be an ex wrestler, ex NXT commentator. He used the phrase "unholy afterbirth" to describe the carnage. He did have that, which I was kind of like, scratching my head, going, "What does that even mean?" But I was
going to say, for someone who didn't have children, that's pretty funny. I've had 2 natural births and didn't look anything like that. So
let's talk about the most important. Well, I think like one of the most important matches. Willow Nightingale taking on Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. And we talked about this on Monday. I honestly thought she was going to come back with a little ring rust, but she came back looking great. I mean, she had all new moves.
She was ready.
She had an entrance. It reminded me of half New Orleans, half Las Vegas dancers, which was kind of cool. She had this whole kind of Asuka look with the coat. I mean, it was a cool entrance. Let's see. Willow hit a chop to Moné's back that looked like and sounded brutal. The knee pad Willow hit on the apron was wild. This one all around was just a great. I mean, it was a good start for her coming back, and
absolutely.
I'm glad that she came back. And but I'm gonna tell you this right now, I am not happy that she won the match, and I will get into that right now. But real quick before I feel like before we start, I have to say that a great transition from AEW Double or Nothing and going into a great Dynamite tonight. There were some spots that I do feel that could have been better, but we'll get into it. But let's start the night off with Mercedes Moné coming out with a victory party for her winning the TBS Championship. And I gotta start by saying this because this is one of my notes that I had tonight. Mercedes Moné's promo, it rubs me the wrong way. Because she's still using her Sasha Banks, all her Sasha Banks moves, when she comes in, which really does not fit into the song, nor does it fit into the way that she is on AEW compared to she was in WWE. And can anybody tell me what the hell is she a CEO of? Does she run a bank? Does she have a degree in some kind of field? Is she the CEO of McDonald's? Like, what is going on? What is she the CEO of? Can anybody answer this question?
Yeah, she's the CEO of
what?
What? It doesn't matter. She can have a 1099. Who knows?
Oh yeah. She's going to have a 1099 working for AEW. Get out of here.
No, I mean, I could be the CEO of my household, whatever.
We know that Cactus Caitie's the CEO of your household. We know that.
I wish.
But
yes.
You know what? But I think 5 months of promo talking and then beating and here's, I know, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to talk trash or anything. I'm not going to say anything bad, but you know how I feel about her and Naomi leaving WWE off of the win of WrestleMania with the tag team titles. I think they're both kind of sissies for doing that because they put WWE in a bad spot because they walked out and they had those titles hostage and they should have just been women about it. And if they didn't like it, they should have forfeited the titles. But I guess it makes me mad because WWE took back Naomi. Wait, what was that? What was that again?
See? Oh my gosh.
All right, Chris. All right. At the end of the day.
She's being the best.
But
why do we have to constantly ask what she's the CEO of? We've asked this like 8 times on the show already.
Yeah, Chris, what is she the CEO of, Chris? What is she? Of the mattress firm? What is she the CEO of? All right. So the promo wasn't bad. I mean, we knew it was going to get interrupted. We just did not know it was going to get interrupted by Sky Blue. Sky Blue comes out on the screen telling her you'll watch your back, and then she comes in the ring and just destroys Monet. Caitie, what did you think about this promo?
I was shocked. I didn't know too much about Sky Blue. And so that was really what?
She's a beautiful woman.
There you go. I mean, I'm not complaining. But yes, no, she came out and took care of business. And I was shocked. I thought Monet's beginning of the match wasn't that good. I started getting a little nervous for her, and then she turned it around. But Sky Blue came out fighting.
We leave the Sky Blue Mercedes Moné promo to a breakdown of a little bit of Double or Nothing, and then they throw it to a video with the Young Bucks coming in to the arena, arriving with Jack Perry and Okada, and the short bus that Jack Perry ran over Darby Allin with was there as well.
Yeah, of course.
So we start. Okay, so this match is supposed to be. Oh, I forget what they were calling it. The house. Do you remember what they called this match?
Are you talking about the Strickland match?
Yeah, they called it like the house of. It's promoting the new show on HBO, which is coming. Let me see if I can get this real quick because I don't want to. House of Dragons, which is season 2, coming back on June 16th, HBO Max. But this match was I guess it was they were promoting the House of Dragon, and I guess to me, I think if you're going to promote a thing like this, I'm very surprised they didn't have anybody from the House of Black, because this kind of fit the card in the mold of that group. But we had the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana taking on Kill Switch in a non-title match. Go ahead.
I was surprised this was the opening match of Dynamite tonight. I I kind of expected this to be a little bit later in the night. But I had my 2-year-old son. I don't know if it was very was a good choice parenting there, but I let him watch this match. And when Kill Switch came out, I was like, oh, I hope we're not getting nightmares. But he loved it. He loved every second of it. He was just giggling and laughing, goes, oh.
So you're turning your son into a wrestling fan?
Of course. I've given up on Julia. She's not gonna make that. She's too sweet. But Matthew's like me, and he's a fighter all night long. So he watched it with me. He was doing the na-na. It was great. But it was a great match. Kill Switch is just a character on its own. He is intimidating. He held his own. There was really not that much offense from him. Swerve just dominated the match, and it was great.
I do got to say one thing about this match. I think it was a shocker when oh, here he is.
Yay!
Mr. Late Man himself. Dan the Man. Welcome and joining the show.
What's going on, guys?
Did you watch anything of AEW Dynamite tonight?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Mean, what do you mean? We had a fantastic main event, which literally went all over the place and made absolutely no sense.
It's AEW. What do you expect?
I expect a lot from AEW. I just think that
the two main events for the last two nights were
what
crazy.
Part are we on right now?
I was just gonna say real quick, and then we'll get. I'll switch it, but I was gonna say at the end of this match,
freaking man. That's right.
It was a shocker to me, and I think it was a shocker to everybody that Swerve Strickland went up to the top rope and he did his move and pinned Kill Switch, and he kicked right out. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, is this really happening?" And then he kicked him in the head, and he 1, 2, 3. But that was a great ending to the match because you thought, "Are you serious? This match is not over yet?"
Right?
Yeah. It was a long match. And then he took his hair as a souvenir.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Dan, you want to take over? Or do you want me to keep going?
No, go ahead, man.
It was funny. That was the part that my husband was like, "Don't let him watch that. Don't let him watch that," because my kids have been cutting each other's hair when we're not looking. And he's like, "That's the one spot." I was like, "That's the least of our worries."
Well, that happened this weekend while you were gone, didn't it?
Yeah.
She goes, "Yeah, it did. It surely did."
Yeah.
Jeez.
There was a nice pile of little brown hair, and we were like, "What is this?"
Tony Schiavone stands up and makes an announcement that tonight on Dynamite will be the first time that Mercedes Moné will defend her championship against Sky Blue. So a bombshell for an announcement to get into the night for Dynamite.
This was kind of a stacked show.
It was.
It was.
It would have been better if MJF would have had a match.
Yeah.
That would have just been an AA plus all the way across.
I think they're going to save that for Forbidden Door at this point.
For sure.
I got to tell you about this really crappy promo that I think Jon Moxley put on. I think it was very fast paced.
What promo has he put on that hasn't been crappy?
No, but I'm just saying though, like it seemed to me tonight that he was aggravated and he wanted to just rush the promo because there was no pauses. There was no like thinking about what he was going to say. It was straight to the point, which I'm not saying is bad, but to me, if you're listening to him and trying to figure out what he's trying to say, I just felt like he was very just rushing the promo. And this is not like him because sometimes when he does promos, he takes his time and he does rush at the end, but I feel like he takes his time more so. But, he was talking about Rocky Romero tonight, and he's going to be wrestling with just one arm.
Yeah, again.
Forbidden Dork. All right. That's Chris with all the wisdom in the world.
Yes.
I did not know about this, Dan, and I have not seen it. Can somebody, if anybody's there, can somebody send a picture or put a picture up of this Jericho Learning Tree University t-shirt? I had no idea this was. That's how Dan feels right now. Yep, that's it. Dan feels that way right now.
I
Pretty
pulled
much.
it up because I was looking at their shirts.
How do you know how to do that, Dan? You know how to share your screen and do
Share a screen. Yeah, I mean, I could share a screen.
Can you, while I'm talking about this, can you look up the shirt?
I want the Nana shirt. That's what I'm looking at getting.
But AEW, so Chris Jericho comes into the ring with Big Bill and is talking about the learning tree and how he wants to add branches to his tree.
Branches.
And he calls the bounty hunter Brian Keith down, and I'm actually shocked. This guy can cut a good promo.
Is this the shirt where it's literally just the learning tree with Jericho on it and a FTW belt?
I have no idea.
It's like it's blue writing. There's no picture. It's just writing.
I have no idea what this. I have no idea what this shirt looks like. They didn't even show it.
I'll
They just
find the shirt.
okay.
Find the shirt.
Okay, so yeah, he comes in the ring and the bounty hunter's talking about how they're not respecting him. The fans don't care about Chris Jericho no more, and he tells them that shut the F up. And Chris Jericho tells Brian Keith that if he wants to stay and join his learning tree, he's more than welcome to. I don't understand this. I really don't. Dan, please enlighten me. Let me be frank real quick. How are we not understanding what Chris Jericho is doing this time? Usually it's a good way of transitioning to another character. I just think this is very flat.
I don't know what's going on right now, and I'm looking at the shirt, and
Did you find it?
Chris Jericho's LTU Learning Tree University. So
Yep.
it is a university. This man is now Andre Chase, and
Let me see.
Listen, nothing makes sense about this whole Jericho learning tree. They're making something out of nothing, and the fact that it's getting this much time that we're talking about it is too much time. And
they don't even have these shirts in stock. They're available to order.
No, they're made to order.
Yeah,
they're made to order. So,
somebody
I'm not really
good.
I'm just not getting it. I'm not understanding this whole.
I don't think anybody is.
Here we go.
Somebody says that the Chris Jericho learning tree, tree reminds him of the Bray Wyatt hosting the Firefly Fun House. I don't know, but I think the Firefly Funhouse was a little bit more entertaining than this Chris Jericho thing.
He's trying to be the new host of Reading Rainbow.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's it.
Or the Mr. Rogers?
I mean, that was the Reading Rainbow.
No, was it? Mr. Rogers and Reading Rainbow was two different shows.
It's completely two different shows. Where you been? Where you been, bro? Do you even lift?
Do I even lift?
Oh, geez. I don't even know what's happening here anymore.
Oh, boy. Was that a crack?
Yeah. Listen.
Sorry, I'm looking at MJF shirts now. I wasn't even paying attention. No.
That sounds about right.
So this new chick from CMLL, Stephanie, I don't even know her last name. Vacar. You know what I'm talking about, Dan?
Stephanie
VAQ.
Vaquire. Yeah.
So she is coming in to and she is taking names and going to, I guess, make a big splash here in AEW. They cut a promo to this woman and her CMLL video package playing for the New Japan. So she's the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. She holds that title.
There was a few people from that division tonight.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people from that. Yes, there was.
There's a lot of partnerships I see going on with a lot of wrestling promotions right now.
Oh yeah,
They're setting it up for Forbidden Door.
Well, not just that, but you totally missed it, Caitie. On NXT last night, Jordan Grace from TNA showed up, which is the Knockouts Women Championship. That was huge because the last time we saw her was at the Royal Rumble.
Right.
So no, in your eye, do you think TNA and WWE are going to start working together, which is crazy to me?
Well, in theory, they are working already together. And from what is being reported, we're going to continue to see more talent from NXT end up on TNA.
Really? Has anybody went over there yet?
Not as of yet, but this whole Ethan Page thing, I mean, I don't know. It could be a here we go. Dan started WWE.
Oh my god.
No, but it could.
I was like, we just jumped into that. I'm like, wait, are we talking about?
No, I mean,
anything else?
Ethan Page supposedly is now signed to WWE, but who knows? I think it's only a matter of time till Jordan Grace is officially in WWE. But yeah, but
there's also rumors that Becky Lynch may be going to AEW.
That's not happening, and we know that. There's no.
We're going to get into that later on with the news with Mad Dog. Mad Dog has the full scoop. He's backstage.
I can see him. I can see him. He's going to touch on it, and he looks excited about it.
He's going to touch on it. We know he's going to. Let's get into the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. John Moxley taking on Rocky Romero in a eliminator match. This was actually a good match, and we don't get to see Rocky Romero a lot.
No, I didn't even. I took me double take for a second when I saw that, and he just came out. Whoosh! Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this was a good match. John Moxley is your winner. Moxley hit him with the Death Rider and pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. 10 minutes and 40 seconds. The match was. I don't know if we're doing times now, but yeah, Rocky Romero, man, he's such a great talent, and I feel like he's so underrated. And
he's very underrated, and it was great to see him. He did a great job against Moxley.
Is he officially signed to AEW, or is he just one of those
drifters,
NJPW guys that just shows up when he shows up?
I don't know.
Can we find that out, Mad Dog? Can you do a little research?
Thank you, Mad Dog. But after that match, is that when the family came out?
Well, I'm really confused because I feel like I missed something, and I'm gonna tell you why. When did Samoan Joe and Hook? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I did miss something. So in the promo with Chris Jericho, I forgot to mention that Hook came out because Chris Jericho is saying that he's the longest running FTW champion for the world chip at 39 days, which we know is not true. But Hook came out to rush the ring to take out all three of these guys, Brian Keith, Big Bill, and Chris Jericho. And Samoan Joe,
but he got stopped
him in his track and said something, which brings me to the next promo with Renee Paquette backstage with Hook. And Joe said that they're learning the first lesson. Joe said they don't exist on their time. Truly dangerous. Yeah. And they both walked away while Taz said, don't know what he was going to say.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I think there's going to be something there with Samoa Joe and Hook. We'll
Samoa Joe and Hook. It seems like a good. What do you think about this Samoa Joe and Hook relationship, Dan?
Listen. I'm gonna be honest about Samoa Joe, and I'm gonna be honest about Hook at this point. And
please,
I don't think I
enlighten us.
Can I be frank?
Well, there we go.
Oh, thanks for stealing my line.
Let's be honest, guys. At the end of the day, this is not one of the most shining moments right now for AEW.
Right.
Having Hook and Samoa Joe makes about as much sense as Chris Jericho being the FTW World Champion, or whatever championship it is.
For the World Championship, get it right.
Listen, or nothing is making any sense when it comes to the direction of Hook. He's floundering in an abyss of obscurity, trying to be relevant.
Boy.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing makes any sense about where they're going with this character.
Right.
He's just kind of chilling, and he can't really cut a promo right now, which is it's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me how this guy cannot cut a promo without sounding like a 19-year-old little boy.
Well, because he's got to have parent consent, and Taz won't do it. So
someone's got to do something.
Let's get into Don Callis enters the ring, and he confronts Orange Cassidy and calling him a icon performer, and said he's a star.
Where's the lie? Where is the lie?
Where's the why? What?
Where is the lie?
What?
Huh?
Tell me where the lie is.
That he's not an icon performer. That's the lie right there.
He absolutely is.
Oh, okay. You think he's an icon performer? Okay.
Absolutely. What is not iconic about having Orange Cassidy in your organization? Listen, he walked in to this gauntlet tonight, and he looked like an absolute beast. Okay,
he did.
Beaten, battered, looking like a.
That's because we had to get through this situation first.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He is a champion of champions, and he actually looked legit tonight.
I watched him at the end walk out, and I was like, whoa. I mean, I watched him walk out, going into the meeting, the contract signing, and I'm like, whoa. But, yeah, remarkable.
Remarkable, Renee Burkett. Sorry, excuse me. Consultant, excuse me.
Go ahead.
So she walked out, or he walked out, but he had his own agenda, and it was not under anyone else's commandership. And they said in the commentary that, the family's got some major money to put on him. But it wasn't all up to that plan. It kind of backfired. So I wonder if they, that they ended up. So Orange Cassidy says no and rips the contract up. Yep, exactly. And then you turn around and there's Trent, and becomes a big family partnership that way as he takes down Orange Cassidy right there in the match and just beats him up. He was bleeding within like the first hit. I mean, gushing blood. And then, they went back, and that's where was it Renee that was
when is it never Renee?
I mean, it must have been Renee.
There's nobody else but Renee.
Okay, so it was Renee.
Guys, I just want to say, please remember to like, subscribe, share Unpopular Review. We're on Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and that's it. Go ahead.
Thanks. Do you want to go to commercial too?
Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong, though? I'm not sure. I could have sworn I heard that Collision is going to be tomorrow for some reason.
Saturday.
Friday.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if they made a mistake, but when I was reading the actual dates of tour, tomorrow's date comes up as Collision. So is it pre-taped tomorrow?
No, I mean, it sounded like, from what they said, they got very a little overzealous and got really excited.
Okay, so they made a mistake.
Saying Collision is back on Saturday.
Okay. So. All right, so we leave Trent Beretta joining the family, and we're now announcing that Will Ospreay will take on Kyle O'Reilly for the AEW International Championship on Saturday's Collision. No time has been listed because of the NBA playoff series is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into the TBS Championship with a.
Oh, wait, no. We still got another interview with. We have another interview. With
Stokely.
Let's see, mentioning the remarkable Renee Burkett. We're going backstage
the
again.
Renee Burkett? Who's Burkett?
Oh, no, Renee Burkett.
Paquette.
So Daniel Garcia and Matt I don't even know his name. Matt Menard.
I was gonna say, are you
Menard.
Casper now?
Yeah, Menard are talking about the AEW International Championship, and Garcia wasn't ranked close enough with Ospreay, which I really, again with these promos, I really feel like they just throw stuff in just to fill time when they. Dan, you look upset. What happened?
Nothing happened, and that's the problem. Nothing happened.
It was a waste of time.
I mean, that's what it's turning into. That's exactly what it's turning into, and that's what's frustrating to me. It's like you're out here and you're trying to sell these TV executives to give you a lucrative new deal, and this is the crap that you're going to give me. This is what I'm supposed to say. Hey, you know what? This is clearly $1 billion TV deal right here.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, did you watch the Mercedes Moné match?
Yeah. No, listen.
Go ahead, take it away.
She's great.
Let's talk about this match.
I mean, Mercedes is always going to be great, and see, like, to me, this is one of those matches. Why would you put this on regular television? This should have been Forbidden Door. This should have been All In. This should have been, Revolution or God, I don't even know. What is it? The Forbidden Door? What's the thing in November that comes up?
Forbidden Door.
Full Gear, World's End. Something.
Full Gear.
You have a perfect opportunity for two phenomenal talents to have a great feud, and you throw it together on a random Wednesday night. That, to me, I don't understand that. You have talent and Ring of Honor that you could march out and say, hey, here, Mercedes, we're going to go ahead and we're going to feed you some of these. I'm sorry.
Is that what you're saying?
Enhancement talents. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Feed us some of these enhancement talents. But no, we're going to give you one of the best young up and coming talents we have, and you're going to bury them.
Well, I want to know why, and I think this is silly. They keep saying the biggest thing since. I feel like they kept saying, this is the biggest thing since sliced bread. Mercedes Moné being on TBS for the first time, like they make it seem like it's such a big deal, and it's like
it is a big deal.
It is a big deal, but we just had her big entrance the other day. It wasn't. She's now part of it.
Big of a deal when Will Ospreay came on the TBS.
Listen. I have a huge bone to pick after we're done with this with the main event.
Okay. Well,
so let's talk about this match with Mercedes Moné. I mean,
did you guys talk about Double or Nothing yet?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
Well, we were waiting for you.
We were waiting for you, so we decided to jump into Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
But we'll swing back around if you need.
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
But let's talk about this Mercedes Moné match.
Show.
This
am I supposed to stay up for that?
For what?
For a 5-hour show when you're going to start something at 6 o'clock and then you're going to end it at 12:30. How am I supposed to stay up for that?
I don't know how to answer that.
No. I'm irritated at the fact that they think that I have nothing better to do with my life.
It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday, and you know what that means? There was no work. There was no work the next day because it was also a holiday. It was Memorial Day. And let me tell you something about Memorial Day. Do you think I want to stay up till 1 o'clock watching a pay-per-view? I was falling asleep in the second to last match, and it wasn't bad. I was exhausted. And you know what? I've got to be just as exhausted as the numerous viewers that are watching right now. Listen to me ramble and rant about something that was exhausting.
You know what else is exhausting, Dan?
Let's go ahead. Hear it. Let me hear it.
Listening to you talk about something we've talked about 20 minutes ago.
I literally just said that. And now you're gonna double on and pile on. Like that was groundbreaking. Like that was chic, right? That was chic to come back and do that, right?
I had to put my 2 cents in.
That was chic. Good job.
I mean, we haven't even talked about the Mercedes Moné Sky Blue match.
Please,
let's go ahead. Get into it. Come on. Let's talk about this crap.
You didn't like this match, huh?
I didn't like how they buried Sky Blue.
Sky Blue.
I really didn't. I think Mercedes is fantastic, and I think she's amazing. And I think she's a wonderful talent, and I think she's needed, and I think she's going to. She already makes that TBS title more relevant than the AEW Women's Championship. It is already a more relevant championship, and it's
has the
more
women's
prestige
championship?
at the fact that she's holding it. The problem I'm having is that I like Mercedes. I think it's great that she's on TV, but I also think maybe you need to protect your investment a little more, and she should have more of a Brock Lesnar type of deal where she wrestles here and there, but comes out and talks her smack. And I think you give a little more. Let's be honest, she's a better heel than she is a face, and
of course,
she can come out. She can say what she needs to say. She can look untouchable because she can back it up. And she doesn't need to be facing all of these different talents on random episodes of Dynamite or Collision. She needs to face them on pay-per-views. She needs to on specials. And this is the best way to get Mercedes involved, not to have her out wrestling a random match that no one even really knew was going to happen on a a follow-up to one of your biggest shows of the year.
Right. Yeah. Mercedes gets a victory in this match. She did look like she buried Sky Blue. Which brings us to the main event. Dan, you want to take this away? Because I feel like you had a lot to say about this.
Oh my gosh. Where do we go from here? What do you want to do?
Why don't you tell the people who was in the match?
Yeah, all of them.
And is Mystico Sin Cara? Is that who that was?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had Jay White, Pac, Mystico, Will Ospreay, Shota Umino, Claudio Castagnoli, Lio Rush, Orange Cassidy, and Hechicero. Yeah. Okay.
My question is, why was Lio Rush there? Like, I feel like out of everybody, he was the one that was not even. He didn't even. He was just out of place.
Well, he decides to show up on his own time. When he's ready.
Right.
I think he has a following. I think he's one of those guys that does think, he's got a very big personality. Oh man, it's hard to really comment on Lio Rush. He's got a lot of talent, but I think he feels that he was in the big show for a while and is above a lot. And I don't really recall him in the big show.
Wow. So, one of the websites for tonight gave the Monet Sky Blue a C+.
Well, I don't understand how you don't even advertise Mercedes Monet's first televised match. This is my problem. Is I love this company and I love.
There's a big announcement, Dan. There's a big announcement.
There's a big announcement.
There's a big announcement. It was a big announcement.
What is the big announcement? The fact that the TNT title was going to be given away to Jack Perry and
given away.
We totally skipped that. We totally skipped that thing. We did. We forgot. Yeah. So the EVPs come out and they talk about how he said they told Adam Copeland to break a leg, and he's like, and he did it.
Hey.
They were gonna award Jack Perry to be the new TNT Championship, and then Christopher Daniels comes out and tells him that he is the new in charge, and he has to earn it. And like everybody else does.
I just want to let you guys know. Do you see those viewers? It went up since I came on. You're welcome. Go ahead, continue.
I have been watching them. Wow. I have been watching them. It's true.
Wow. Okay.
It
All
was
right.
at 70, 78, and then
What are you trying to
James
say?
Vaughn
Nobody wants to
jumped
watch me,
to
Caitie?
Oh no. I'm saying that we all need each other. That's what I'm saying.
Is that what you're
Dan.
saying? Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, guys.
That
All
was
right,
very
Get with the
nice.
program. Come on.
All right. So what do we think about this match? I mean, it was all over the place. There was, Will Ospreay jumping off the top rope. Brighton comes in. We got.
Was that before or after her Pentico?
Will Ospreay takes the victory. This match was crazy. This reminded me of the match we saw at AEW. We went to Jacksonville.
Yeah. No, it was literally a carbon copy.
Yes, it was.
Because the same person won, and
that's right. He did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. But this one was for a title.
What was that one for?
That was just a street match.
Oh, okay.
What's a street match?
Yeah, what is that? It's for like street corn, like tacos or something?
I wish. God. No, it was just a battle.
Oh, it's a battle.
A battle of
the
what?
mountain. That's what it was in Jacksonville. It was just like I said, a street fight.
No, it was not. It was a battle royal ish that went to, it was some sort of battle royal, and the winner got the title shot.
Oh, for Rather Strong.
Right.
For the international championship.
So this was identical. That's a story for another time.
Wow, Chris.
That's a story for another time.
And it was Sunday, not Saturday. Oh, you did say Sunday. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I think someone's having a case of the Mondays on a Wednesday.
So what are we going to rate this, guys?
What are we going to rate this? So here we go. So this was actually a really fun battle royal.
Yeah.
There was a lot of spots in it, which I think really was exciting. I mean, I'll be honest, I really didn't know who was going to win. I kind of was expecting that we were going to get the Switchblade. And I questioned for a minute Orange Cassidy, but it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then when Will Ospreay did end up picking up the win, I was even more confused because it's like, hey, this is great and this is going to be a fantastic match, but it just feels way too soon to have this, because are you going to take the title off of Ospreay? I'm sorry, off of Swerve?
Sure. Yeah.
Put it on Ospreay? I don't think so. And I don't think Ospreay should be eating.
Doesn't need it yet.
Well, but Ospreay shouldn't be eating an L at this point. Ospreay is on such a roll, and he's just going on such a high. I would have waited for this match for All In, because that would have made the most sense, being Will Ospreay's home country, and that's what he wanted was the main event of All In. I think it just made too much sense to wait till then.
It given Strickland more time too.
Well, also, this is literally titled Forbidden Door. Why would you not get one of the New Japan talents a chance to go in for the title? Like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Why are we going off of a match we could see anytime instead of a match we won't be able to see? So I just think the term Forbidden Door is not making a whole lot of sense when it comes to the AEW Championship.
Oh yeah. So real quick, what was up with the Lamborghini from the Young Bucks?
They gave it to him as a gift.
Yeah.
Just
because?
Well, because he's Jack Perry. Huh?
What do you mean he's Jack Perry?
Wait,
Jack Perry got the TNT title in.
He didn't get the. He didn't get the.
He did not.
Well, he was
Christopher
offered
Daniels is the interim.
Yes.
EVP.
But the Lamborghini was before that happened.
Wait, I'm confused.
Okay, so what happened is they came out and they were patting themselves on the back for winning the arena match.
Right.
And
which was insane. It was absolutely insane.
Right.
Since Shibata got the win, they gave him a Lamborghini.
Okada.
Okada, excuse me, Okada.
Yeah. I was waiting for like something to happen with that, like somebody come out there and just
Shibata, Okada.
yeah. But yeah.
All right. Well, what will we rate this spaghetti fest tonight?
I
It's a
think
big
it was
giant
pretty
fat
good.
meatball.
Yeah.
What are you gonna give it?
I would have given it probably a B plus.
I think
B+.
that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
All right, I'll go with a B plus.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show.
It was a good show. I just think there
Copycats.
was
Pick your own number.
no. There was better
I'll
things.
do B minus then.
Ooh, I'll
All
give
right,
it an
let's
A
run
minus.
a commercial and then get Mad Dog.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's cut to a commercial, guys. We got a commercial here. Stay tuned. We're gonna have the news coming up with the Mad Dog, Matt Kelly. We'll be back in just a minute.
Previously on the Mike Knox Show.
Without him, we wouldn't have wrestling as it is today. Couldn't wrestle all that great, but it didn't have to wrestle that great. It was about getting over with the crowd, and that's what a lot of wrestling fans of you, AEW, TNA, whatever fan base you decide to want to go watch, to me, don't understand. It's not about how great you are on that sport circuit. That matters, but it's not the coup de grace. It's not the end all to be all. The crowd, the reaction is everything. But this guy right here, Jey Uso, the most over wrestler in the business. Hands down, crowd loves him, fans love him, merchandise is loving him. Unless you go to wrestling, and I'm gonna call it being a beans, I gotta keep it 100. You can't talk about what's over and what's not over. Wrestling has been racist towards black Samoans. I'm tired of seeing stereotypical things that are out there. We should change it. It just sickens me, right? Even more than the fans. Man, I can't even understand that. And I was so happy to go on King Coley's show, Coley's Corner, that comes on tomorrow at 7 o'clock on Instagram, okay? And the belt guy and those guys, he said, Mike, I'm a white man that will tell you the hate that Bianca and Jay Kirkland has is because they're black.
Well, those are some controversial thoughts.
Well, you know what,
Welcome, Mad Dog.
Dan?
Hi, guys.
Hold on. Before Mad Dog talks, let's that's the mic. Not bring up the shows. Let's talk about the shows real quick before we bring on Mad Dog. Let's listen. Every Monday, 6 p.m. It's the Mike Knox Show. This man is controversial, like you just saw. He holds it down for Orlando, for the Orlando crew. Let's talk about. Right after that, we have the Monday Night Review Show. Who was on this? Evil Dose and who else?
And EC.
And Evil Dose will bring you the Raw review. On Tuesday night, we have the NXT Review Show with the Wrestling Doll. And I think this week is
I'm not a rotating guest until August.
To August. You are now watching the AEW Review Show every Wednesday. Me, Cactus Caitie, Mad Dog Kelly, and Dan the Man will bring you the in-ring action of AEW Dynamite. Tomorrow's show is the top 5. It's going to be the top 5 AEW champions. And I think me and Caitie or one of us are going to be there. Are you not going to be there?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, maybe Dan, maybe me. I'm not sure for that one. And then who's doing? Is that it? Nobody's doing
out of what 8 AEW champions?
Mad Dog, what's going on, buddy?
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi. Welcome.
Mad
Thank
Dog,
you, thank
Kelly. Go ahead. Bring us the news, man.
All right. So a couple side notes I have. First of all, right. First side note, Rocky Romero, he was on tonight. This big deal because I want to bring this up. He's actually part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Just want to let everyone know that. And he was named I hope I'm saying this right. I'm going to say as quick as I can. Named the VP of Shows and Talent Coordination for New Japan of America. So that's the first side note I have there. And the second side note I have here is Vince was kind of right about Collision. Due to the playoffs this weekend, It's
Mhm.
kind of going to be a little, let's just say, an interesting schedule. So, Collision will be taped tomorrow, and it's going to air, I believe, on June 1st at midnight instead of its 8 p.m. time slot. Just letting
See,
everyone
I knew it
know.
was something crazy.
So Vince was right about that. Yeah. Yeah. That was announced a couple of days ago. So I wanted to bring that up in my notes here. Right. So anyway, so the biggest news this week, obviously, everyone knows Becky Lynch, and Fightful notes right now that she is still not signed with WWE, and her contract with WWE expires this upcoming weekend. So that is a big deal right now. All over. Everyone's been talking about it. Will she go to AEW? Will she not? I don't know. And I know for a fact it's expiring this weekend. So yeah.
She's not going anywhere.
I had to say the same thing about
idea.
Dan. I had Dan on a contract, and I think he might jump ship and go to another show, is what I've heard. I'm not sure yet. He has a 10-day clause though. He has a 10-day clause.
The next thing I note here is that PW Insider says that there is universal sadness within AEW over Adam Copeland's injury. A lot of people think of him as a mentor. What I was reading in my notes, they say he was a mentor. They say he's a great guy behind the scenes. So he's going to be missed. He's going to be out for a while because he was been injured.
Yep.
They also note, this is really interesting because I think someone brought this up earlier in the show, that he now owns the trademark and the rights for the Brood. And that's why he was able to use it for the Double or Nothing show this past Sunday, because he actually owns the trademark rights now.
Give that away.
So, pointing that out there. AEW sources told Dave Meltzer that Warner Brothers Discovery's first was not disappointing to Tony Khan. So there's good news with renewal. Hopefully, they come to a deal.
Not disappointing or was disappointing?
There was supposedly, what I was reading earlier, there was supposedly a hit piece out, supposedly that there was, and now what Meltzer confirmed finally that Tony Khan was not disappointed by Warner Brothers' new offer. But there was a hit piece out, I believe, either this morning or yesterday, saying that Tony Khan was unhappy, but in reality, Dave Meltzer checked it and said that Tony Khan is with this new first media offer they have. So the next thing I have here, Eddie Kingston is scheduled for surgery on July 8th because he tore his ACL and meniscus. That was because of the New Japan match he had, I think, about maybe a month ago or two. So
he's gonna be gone for a while.
Surgery. Yeah.
Mad Dog, I've been hearing that there's been a little rumblings backstage. Can you confirm that AEW has been operating similar to Vince McMahon style WWE as far as Tony Khan and his booking? It is very day to day and show to show, and there's not really anything that's kind of planned out long term in advance. It's just kind of thrown onto everything changes day to day.
Right. Yeah, well, yes and no, right? And I've been researching this one for a while because it changes on a daily basis, but correct. WWE has it planned for 7 months from now. Supposedly they already have Rock and Cody at Mania next year, right? And Tony Khan supposedly doesn't know what the next Collision show is going to be. That's what I've been hearing for quite some time, the way he's been running it. So I don't know, but WWE right now, they have Cody and Rock booked, and it might not even be for the title, for what I've been hearing. Might be for Rock's title, might be for no title, who knows? But they've locked next year's main event, WrestleMania, already, and it's where are we going into June tomorrow, whatever. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah,
Saturday would be
happening
June
for a while. Yeah. So thanks for correcting me there. Arn Anderson is another one here. He said on his podcast he'll be leaving AEW May 31st when his contract expires. So he's actually leaving AEW. I don't know whether he'll back WWE, TNA, who knows? I don't know. we'll see what happens there. And then the last note I really have here, the last piece of news I have is MJF came back, as you all know. We all know what happened. It was awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
It was so awesome.
So his
Better
deal
than
with
you.
AEW is now going to be long term, and it's a multi-million-dollar deal contract per year. So, and that was from Fightful Select. That was from Sean Rossap, and that's all I have for this
He's been
week.
signed for a while.
Since 2022, I heard. I don't know how true
That's
that is,
what I
but that's
believe
what I've
to
been
be
hearing
true.
too. So
That's
yeah.
what I believe.
Wow.
Well, thank
That's
you, Mad
all I
Dog,
have,
for the
yeah.
news, man, coming on. And you can always check out Mad Dog every Wednesday right after AEW Review. Thanks, Mad Dog. We'll see you later.
Thank you,
Sounds
Mad
good.
Dog.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Well, guys, is there anything you want to add before we take the long snooze into sleep time?
Sleep
No.
time. Wow.
Caitie needs sleep time.
Sleep time.
AEW is not dying; it is thriving. Learn to love it or piss up a rope. No, I mean, one thing I've never understood is the hate. And guys, if you're AEW fans like we are, don't take a crap on WWE. And if you're a WWE fan, don't take a crap on AEW.
Yeah, because I don't do that.
Enjoy what you enjoy. Be like
Yeah.
Vince. Love
Don't-
to just hate on everything.
Yeah, I don't hate
And,
nothing. Be like me. Don't hate nothing.
I think it's important. Let everyone like what they want to like, and they're entitled to be wrong. And it's okay. It's okay. I mean,
See, I love WWE. I'm a
Aw,
WWE
Dan, you're
guy.
being so nice tonight.
I'm a WWE guy.
like I said, they're entitled to be wrong.
Well, guys, listen. Thank you all for joining us. Cactus, final words before we go.
No, be nice, and we will see you guys next week.
Dan.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
All right.
We're gonna see you
Thanks,
for
guys,
another
joining us
Wednesday.
for AEW Reviews. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday, same time, same
Bye.
channel.
See you, knuckleheads.